Hi! Have you ever thought about the impact your voice has in those crucial first seconds when you start speaking? Well, get ready because I'm excited to introduce you to SpeakonlineClub, where I'm taking your voice training to a whole new level. I'm Cecilia Brännström, a vocal coach with over 30 years of experience helping thousands of people elevating their vocal abilities in both singing and speaking. And when I coach professional speakers, most of them have never ever thought about the possibility to work with and improve the most important communication tool you have, the speaking voice. I hear this all the time. You are stuck with the voice you were born with, and there is no way you can improve it. But no. Your voice is not set in stone. Through proper training techniques and practice, you can transform your voice and get rid of bad voice habits. Because it's muscles we're talking about, and muscles you can train. But it's also about mindset and what thoughts you send to yourself about your abilities. And I will now show you an easy vocal exercise that will get you instant result if you do it properly. Okay, so rule number 1 that I have is to only speak when the air is coming out. Why? Because if you speak with too little air coming out, too little air that sounds like this, and you get this vocal fry. This is me speaking with too little air coming out, and you sound terrible. The voice needs the perfect subglottal pressure here to vibrate efficiently, and if you don't have too much air, your vocal cord goes like this. That is not good. And if you sound like this, you are blasting too much air to your vocal cords. This is me speaking with too much pressure. That is not good at all. Your vocal cords will get so tired. So, let's begin. I want you to inhale through your nose 2 times. A nose inhale like this. And really fill your lungs and expand your chest. And then on the exhale, I want you to use the sounding consonant of V as in victory. So you stay on V like that and project the air all the way through until you don't have any more air. And then just release and the body will breathe for you. And you can pick a convenient tone to use. It doesn't matter, just pick a tone that is in any range. So the exercise is 2 nose inhales, like to fill your lungs, and then project the air on a to empty your lungs all the way through. And then just release and inhale. So no breathing in between, just project the air like that until you don't have any more air. Okay, so do this 2 times now. Breathe in. Again. Okay, so now you start to inhale and deep breathing, and that is good to connect the instrument. And this is when you do the v, it's just about how much breath support and air that is necessary for you to speak with a beautiful speaking voice with enough of air coming out. Okay, so now we're going to work with the text, with the phrase. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. So we say that together. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. Say it 3 more times. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. 2 more times. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. Last time. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. So this is the phrase we're going to work with. Now I want you to read the text inside of your head, but out comes woo. So you emphasize the syllables. It's the melody of the phrase. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. But instead you do woo. So you read the text inside here, but out comes woo. Okay, so we do this one time. Breathe in. So I read the text in here, but out come. Okay, do it one more time. Breathe in. Okay, now do the phrase. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. 2 times in your head with a v coming out without breathing in between. Okay, 2 times without breathing in between. Inhale. And release. Okay, so let's do it 3 times without breathing in between. Inhale. And release. Okay, so this is how much air that is coming out when you are saying that phrase. And now we say the phrase. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out, with the same sensation of and the air coming out. Okay, breathe in. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. Do it 2 times now without breathing in between. Inhale. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. To get a beautiful speaking voice, only speak when the air is coming out. Release. Did you notice the power you got when you only spoke when the air was coming out? So this is a really beautiful and really good exercise for you to practice to get a more powerful voice, because you connect the breath support with the sounding consonant of v, and then you speak with the same sensation. So that is a really good start. Okay. How many of you find speaking in public scary? Drop a comment if you do or if you don't. And I have a study here on fears, and that was a study that was conducted on Chapman University in the USA. And the study included over 1,500 people from across the country, and the study asked them about the fears and their concerns. And the 3 most feared activities were, and I can take it from the bottom, number 3, snakes. And that is scary. Snake is really scary. And number 2, heights. And that is also really scary. But number one of that list that people feared most were public speaking. And that is, wow, that public speaking is rated number one of the list that scares the most people. And the study showed that most people doesn't like the sound of their voice, and that they are terrified that the audience will judge them and that they will get rejected and humiliated. And I think that you all can relate to when, if you have listened to yourself on a recording of yourself sometimes, and when you listen back and you think, that is so not how I thought my voice sounded. Because when you speak, you hear yourself inside of your head. You hear yourself like this, and it sounds pretty good. And when you record yourself, you hear yourself like this. And this is how people hear you when you are doing presentations and when you are speaking. So if you don't like how you sound, you need to do something about it. And the voice is connected with so much emotions because the instrument is inside of our bodies and it's associated with one's personality, and it makes one feel very vulnerable speaking in front of others because the fear of being judged, rejected, or embarrassed. And I can relate. I can so relate to this because I was also terrified of speaking in public. And I was actually a very shy and introvert person when I was younger. And to be honest, I still am shy. But back then, I would do almost anything to avoid doing presentations and speak in front of others. For me, that was a nightmare. And I remember, this is like 25 years ago, and I remember that I was asked to speak at a very important coach seminar. And I have practiced and and I knew my speech so well. But just before going on stage, in that moment when you hear the presenter goes, let's give a round of applause to the next speaker, Cecilia Brännström, woo! And my mind just went blank and I couldn't remember anything. Even though I practiced and I knew my speech so well, it just shuts down. And I had a lot of pressure on myself because this was a big deal. I was going to speak in front of a lot of experienced coaches and I wanted to make a great impression. And I walked up on stage and I was thinking, oh my God, I can't remember anything. And on stage, I was just standing there, looking out on the audience. And I remember thinking, shit, this is it. This is how I am going to die. Standing in front of an audience, totally humiliated, with my pants down. That is not a glorified way to end your earthly days. And my heart was pounding and my blood was rushing through my veins and my breath was rapid and shallow. Cortisol's level were high and adrenaline pumping, and I felt like I was going to have a panic attack. And somehow my memory came back and I remembered my script and I did a decent presentation. I did not die, but that moment I froze only for a few seconds. But it felt like the longest seconds I have ever experienced. But singing and playing on stage, that has always been a different game because of my passion for music and for me trusting my competence in my voice and in my instrument. And I could also hide behind the guitar, but when speaking, I felt naked, I felt vulnerable, because I didn't have my safety, my guitar. And I could not hide from doing presentations or speaking in front of an audience because it sort of comes with a gig, being a teacher, a coach, and a vocal coach. So this got me thinking. I actually had the same bodily experience before I was entering the stage singing and playing. This sensation of my heart is pounding, blood is rushing through my veins, my breath is rapid and shallow, cortisol levels are high, adrenaline pumping. But instead of feeling like I am going to have a panic attack, I felt so ready to go up on stage and play and do my best performance ever. And it's the same sensation in your body, from panic attack to excitement. And it is what you decided to be. Because it's mostly what happens up here, your mindset, what your thoughts, what thoughts you send to yourself about your abilities. So over the last 2 decades, I developed a strategy and a methodology that is really successful for me and for my clients, that incorporates my musician skills and stage presence into my speaking gigs. And in my program, which I have designed, SpeakonlineClub, I will share with you all the knowledge and all the techniques that I have gathered through my journey. And this will make your journey so much easier than mine, because you'll get the chance to learn from someone who have made the errors and the mistakes and found solutions to the problems, so you don't have to do them. And my methodology contains of the big 5: empowering your voice, your mind, and your body language. And what is the big 5? And I have developed a method that integrates my expertise and strategies as a singer and a performer, merging the essential knowledge you need to know to become a confident speaker. And it contains of 5 modules. And that is, number 1, vocal technique. And that module is all about how you use the instrument to get a well-modulated and a beautiful sounding voice. And number 2, vocal modulations. And that is all about how you approach the text and the content delivery for an example, like volume, like tonality, pace, pauses, and much more. Number 3, vocal inflections. And that is how you speak more clearly by using articulation and pronunciation, and so on. Number 4, body language. And that is really important for enhancing your communication with posture, with hand movements, with facial expressions. And that is also a way to become more charismatic and to create rapport. And number 5, mindset. How you train yourself to be the best version of you without feeling anxiety about your performance. It's all about to become a confident, authentic, and trustworthy speaker. And I will walk you through easy exercises for you to practice from every module until the next session for your vocal empowerment journey. And listen, my friends, here is the game changer. I usually charge $97 per month for this program, but I am on a mission to make this knowledge accessible to as many of you as possible, and that is why I've created this incredible offer this week. And it is a subscription, and it is only $27 per month, and you can unsubscribe easily at any time. And it's very, very affordable way to kickstart your vocal abilities and get access to my knowledge from my 30 plus years of vocal coaching, and for 60 minutes every week. This is a really great bargain for you. And if you don't have time to join the live sessions, every session will be recorded, so you can watch it. You can watch the replays in our members funnel at your own convenience. So, my friends, this is really a no-brainer. For the price of a Starbucks coffee, you will get invaluable vocal and speaker training. What was I going to say? Speaker training every week for as long as you subscribe. And if you subscribe today, you will get this at a price of $27 per month. And it's 60 minutes a week live vocal coaching for as long as you're a member of SpeakonlineClub. But you need to act now, because next week I will go back to change to my normal price at $97 per month. Okay, so remember, you have only a few seconds when you start speaking before people make valued judgments about you based on how you sound, on how your voice sounds. And it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. It's your voice, your body language, your charisma, and that creates the whole speaker package. And if you are aligning these factors, that creates a memorable connection, and people will listen to you, and you will get the confidence to take the stage and increase your sales. And the magic of all this is, it is trainable. You just need the right guidance and the right tools. So join me on SpeakonlineClub, my 60-minute weekly live training for the special price of $27 per month. Instead of my normal price, I say it again, I normally charge $97 per month, but if you enroll this week, you will get a discount. So act now. And because I love people that take action, I will also give you my ebook, The Art of Auditory Attractiveness, for free if you subscribe today. And the link, I will put it in the comments afterwards, but the link is speakonline.club/membership. speakonline.club/membership. So I will put it in the comments, so don't worry. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and we see each other soon. Bye.